So, I don't even know where to begin this video, but I just got out of the shower. I thought to myself, fuck it, let's click record, let's speak, let's actually begin this journey and let's explain what this journey and what this series is going to be all about. Now, as you can tell by the title, it is called The Road to 100K a Month, Episode 1. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, and I'm going to be explaining how it's going to work, what's going to happen, and even a little bit of an update on myself, where I'm currently at, so that each week you guys have more and more context of like how I'm developing, what's happening, what's changing. However, I haven't posted anything or I haven't even said anything for 5 months of social media. I've been completely ghost. I went incognito. I wanted that time alone where I didn't have all the thoughts. I didn't have a pressure of like I needed to be on a certain camera at a certain time. I just didn't want to be on camera. Like that's the person I am at times. I just want to be left alone. I don't want to deal with anything. But that's what I've come to the conclusion of in that time period of what I want to do in life. What is it that I actually want to dedicate myself to that I feel like I have a very high probability of succeeding in and making that shit fucking work and run it the fuck up. That is my intention. So a little bit about for new viewers watching this, a little bit about me. Pretty much I've in the online space, even since I began trying to make money online, I've been a sales rep. So a lot of people know this from the channel that they're watching this on. I used to be a setter. All the videos are still uploaded. I transitioned into being a closer. I transitioned into being a growth operator. So all the people you see online selling courses and mentorships, I would be at the back of it, helping them run the show, actually do it in the back. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up having a client. We ended up having some traction. He was in the UAE and Dubai like myself. However, with this whole war situation that happened, it kind of took a hit. Into his business in general, and by extension the coaching business took a hit, because who the fuck wants to start an Airbnb business in the midst of a conflict? Not a lot of people. So that ended up crashing, and I ended up having this time period, a little gap to myself of like more so reflection of what it is that I want to do in life and how do I want to do it, and what is it that I truly want to succeed in life. What do I want to be the best at every single day and improve week by week? And that was trading. And the way I came to that conclusion, and probably a lot of other traders came to that conclusion watching this, is the freedom aspect, right? You want to make your own money. You want to have freedom. You want to be able to do whatever the fuck you want to do. And I think a lot of traders possess that mindset where they want that freedom. You work for yourself, you're trading, you're predicting price, and you're making money off the back of it. Now that was the big reason why I wanted to get into this. And I think a more so of an indicator on why I also went into it, there's mainly two reasons. The first one is the skill set aspect. I always wanted to, and I think even as a businessman, as I would have transitioned, and even now as a trader, my end goal with this is to eventually be a macro investor. I think at heart, that's always what I've wanted to do, is be a macro investor, invest into things in different financial markets on a longer time frame. Now I thought to myself, how could I get to that point in a shorter time frame in terms of getting to that point where I can have the financial capability to do that, but also learn the markets? And that came across day trading. And specifically the way I'm trading is with technical analysis. And then the second factor was the reason why I'm getting into day trading and actually documenting this journey and making this journey is I didn't want to rely on people. Perhaps it's the narcissistic part of me, which I think every person truly in their deepest form, if they want to admit it or they're not, they're narcissistic. They believe in themselves, they like themselves, they want to succeed for themselves. So maybe it was part of that tendency if I reflect on it, but I just didn't want to depend on other people for my success. Like I remember even when I was when I was a 15-year-old in high school, and I looked at my teacher and people were talking about wanting to go to jobs or wanting to do shit like an average person would. I'd sit there and I'd be like, I don't want to fucking do that shit, bro. I don't want to have a boss. I don't want to have to rely on other people for my success. And I think I learned that even early in my journey, and I'm grateful that I'm 19 at the start of this journey, which could be years to come to get to 100K a month. I'm not going to put any time limit. We're just going to let it run and let it ride. And we're going to try and do it as quick as we can, but with no time limit. But I realized I don't want my success to dependent on somebody else. And being a chess player as well, not a lot of people know that, but I'm a chess player. I wouldn't say it's chess player. I mean, fucking hell, I'm saying as if I'm like a professional, bro. I'm a chess player. I'm like 1200 ELO chess player. And I realized one reason why I like chess a lot is the self-accountability. Is the fact that it's a game of pure skill. If you lose, you made a wrong decision, you made a wrong move. By extension, that's why you lost. Trading, I feel like, shares that commonality, where it's you versus the markets. You can't point the finger at anybody. Yes, you could blame the fucking markets, but I'm not gonna be that guy, bro. I'm gonna take self-accountability. I'm gonna analyze, what did I do wrong? What did I do right? How can we repeat the profitable action steps and behaviors again and again and again? And that's what I realized. And that's why I'm going into day trading. Now, the reason I wanted to make it worthwhile as well, and I think even part of, I was having a conversation with my barber as well, why I'm setting it as at 100K a month in trading is because why not shoot for a high number? Why not shoot to be at a level where most people think, oh, that's unrealistic. Oh, that's not possible. For them, bro. For fucking them. Like, and again, I guarantee you, a lot of traders watching this, naturally, I think traders possess that mindset of wanting to be great. But even for those that don't, and they're like, I want to make 10K a month, or I'll be happy with 20, 30K a month. Bro, you have to realize that there's so much people making so much fucking money. There is so much money out there. I learned this just by being in Dubai for the past, like, I think it's like 7-8 months. I've lost track how long I've been here. But there is just so much money, bro. There is people driving $600,000 cars, Lambos. I see on average through my terrace, which I barely look up to, and I'm seeing like right now as I'm recording this, you have 5 to 6 Lambos per day on average. There is just so much money right in front of me. There's like $1 billion real like project being built right now. I wish I could flip the camera, but I just want to keep it in frame. But there's just so much stuff happening and there's so much money out there. Why not go for it, bro? Why not be at a high level? Why do you want to be a normal person? Why do you want to have normal goals? And I think I realized this, and that's why I'm making this channel. And there's other reasons why it's 100K a month. Again, it's just a good number I want to start with, and I guarantee I'll probably hit that number and want to go for more. But I thought we'll just begin with 100K a month and ride from there. But that's essentially the position we're in, and it's gonna be a journey. Right now, kind of like an update since pre-recording this journey. For the past 30 days, I've been backtesting. So the indexes that I'm going to be trading, specifically starting out, and again, I don't want to put so many rules on it where I have different, like, it needs to be here, it needs to be there. That's why I kept it broad, the road to 100K a month in trading, because anything could change or could affect things. However, my starting point is as a futures trader. I'm trading on futures, specifically on ES, so the S&P 500 index, and that's my sort of niche to begin with. I've only limited towards New York session for the time being, and for the past pretty much 30 days, I've just been backtesting. Like, that's what I've been doing. I've been going through trades. I looked over my logs. In that time period, I pretty much went over all the numbers yesterday. I had 109 trades, tracking back from like October 2025 up until like March 2026. My win rate actually was quite surprising. It went from 42% when I first began my first strategy, went it into 52%, and it averaged out towards like the 60-65% range. My average risk to reward right now is 1.3. Honestly, I don't want to size too big. I'm just sizing, like, I'm taking the small wins. Maybe that perspective changes. Like I said, this whole series is going to depict that, and it's just going to show the development of me becoming a successful trader and showing the progress of how that happens. But that's kind of a little bit of an update of where we're currently at with trading. As far as that, the reason this is also an important day is this is going to be uploaded today, which as of recording this is Sunday, the 12th of April, 2026. Tomorrow is Monday, and that starts a new week for a new market open. Tomorrow I will be purchasing, well, today I'm purchasing 5 evals. So my first 5 evals are going to get purchased. They're purchased through Lucid. That's where I'm going to begin, and I'm going to try and get funded by next week. So going into Monday from tomorrow, my goal is to be funded by the end of the week. However, I don't want to put time constraints, and I think that's another reason why I'm also not putting a time constraint on the overall goal, which of this series is going to be 100K a month in trading, is because I've realized whenever I've set goals and I put time limits on it, you add unnecessary pressure to yourself. And it kind of fucks your whole being of like being level-headed. And I can imagine already seeing it in trading. If you have that mental mindset of like, oh, I need to hit this number by this date, otherwise I'm a fucking failure, or that's what I need to do, I need to do it on this date, you're gonna fuck yourself up. Your psychology is probably gonna get fucked. I don't need to be a scientist to already know that happening. So I'm not setting up a limit by itself, but by doing this series and by all the traders watching this series, take this as a chance of, don't watch my videos just for the sake of it. Watch my videos to take the lessons that I'll be going through, the shit that I'll be going through, the successes that I'll be going through, so you can apply it into your process and into your trading journey. And also take it as inspiration, bro. Because I can guarantee you, everybody watching this, I will be hitting 100K a month in profits in trading. One way or another, there's nothing that's gonna stop me. You're gonna have to put a bullet in my head for me to fucking not get that shit done. I've committed to myself, and by making this video alone and saying, fuck it, I'm gonna make this series the road to 100K a month in trading, best believe that shit is happening, bro. You like I said, bro, and like 50 Cent, bro, and I love that saying, is get rich or die trying, bro. I'd rather be fucking homeless on the street than not have everything I ever destined to have. I don't want to be in the fucking middle. The worst is having an average wife, average girl, average fucking money, average life. Like, fuck that shit, bro. That is not for me. I'm here to be in control of my destiny and to reach the top and to reach the highest echelons as I can in this world. We only have one life in this world. Why not live it to the max, bro? And if I die in the process not reaching it to the max, then I was happy. I was doing what I wanted to do regardless. But that turned quite negative pretty fucking quick, bro. Anyways, bro, but that is the whole point of this. The game plan going into tomorrow is pretty simple. Like I said, I will be purchasing the evals by today. And then my game plan going into next week is to try and pass those evals as quick as possible. I'm going for 5 Lucid Flex accounts, 50K funding, so it'd be 250K copy traded overall. And I'm gonna try and pass that shit in a week. And ideally get into a position where I can start getting funded, getting approved, and actually start working towards getting actual payouts. One observation I had getting into this, and what this series is definitely not gonna be a fucking bout. I've seen people get payouts after 2 years, bro. What the fuck? What were you doing after 2 years? How can you be profitable in trading after 2 years? I personally I can't fathom it in my brain. Maybe I'm gonna get humbled big time for just saying what I just said. But I can best believe you, bro, on a day-to-day, I will be doing everything I possibly can to be better than the Jake the day before and to fucking run this shit up, bro. I'm not doing this shit for shits and giggles. Even just being transparent here, like obviously this is the opening series. Like I'm down to, not that I'm broke as fuck, but like my savings are going down and down by the day. And it could get to a point with trading where I might have to take loans to just get to fucking survive and to actually operate. So not only do I say like, oh, I don't have any time pressure or I don't need to put a time limit on it. The fucking reality is I kind of do, bro. Otherwise I'm going to be at fucking zero, bro. So we need to push hard. I'm going to push hard. But that is the point of this whole series, is that you see the development and take it as inspiration as well, bro. If you're an upcoming trader and you're also going to be embarking on this journey as a trader, or perhaps you already are a trader and you want to see the journey, take it as inspiration, bro. Shoot it for the fucking stars. Like I said earlier, take the lessons, extract the lessons from my teachings, from my journey, from the fucking failures and successes I go through, and selfishly apply that shit. But that's kind of a recap. I don't know what else to kind of open the series up with saying, but that's kind of the game plan. I am going to try as hard as I fucking can every single day. I will probably be starting every series with questions. Obviously, since this is the opening series, there isn't much I can talk about trading. I mean, I kind of already did. That I've been back testing for a month. In that month period, I went over 109 trades over 6 months. I went over all my data. My win rate went from 40% to 50% to 60%. And now, as of tomorrow, we're fucking going already in. I don't know how some people as well either back test and test and paper trade before they actually start trading for fucking months, bro. Like, what are you doing, bro? If there's one lesson I actually took out of business as a whole, is speed is super important. If you're not moving with speed, if you don't want to learn quick and fail quick, like that was my objective. I'm not even gonna lie. In these 30 days, what I was doing this whole time was, number one, seeing if I actually like trading. See if day trading actually suits me and if it's actually something I see myself being successful in. And number two was to get the fucking reps quick. Was to succeed quick and fail quick. Get the fucking loss on the trade. Be unfazed. Get the win on the trade. Be unfazed. So that at the end of it, like I did yesterday, I compile all of that data and I can see where did I do wrong. I went quick. The fact that I see some people take months and fucking sometimes like ages, bro, to papers trading, back testing. Like, I rather just fucking fail quick and fail fast, knowing that the more reps I put in, the quicker I fail, the quicker it is I will be until I see the green and I'm actually profitable. So that's also an inspiration I want you to see on this journey, is just to see the development of myself, but apply that shit yourself and also move with speed. Like, obviously time will tell when I will hit my goal of 100k a month in trading, which is where it's beginning. It could be by the end of the year, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, I don't fucking know. But I can best believe you, before we wrap this video up, as my final message, I will be going into this shit as hard as fucking possible, bro. I'm here to be successful. I want to make this work. And I've never been somebody who wants to do something and not be the best I possibly could be. And by already making this video, which I've never ever done with anything I've ever tried, I've never made a series, I've never made an episode about it, I've never made anything consistent about it. But just by doing this series alone, it's going to be keeping me accountable. And for the person you watching this, you're going to be able to get all the benefits of the shit I go through on a week by week basis. So everybody can fucking grow. Everybody watching this series, I don't want fucking losers watching my shit, bro. Like, one way or another, you can be a loser. And I don't want to classify myself as a loser, but I'm unprofitable right now. And even if you're watching this and you're unprofitable, best believe we're on the trajectory to being profitable. We're not here to be unprofitable forever. Fuck that shit. We're here to be profitable. We're here to be the best we possibly can be. And I'm going to lead first. And I'm going to lead that shit and just go through my own journey. And see where the fucking road takes us. Whatever changes, if we end up trading different markets, different indexes, different strategies, whatever the fuck it is, this is the episode 1. This is where it all begins. And it is the chapter of a new beginning. A new beginning that a lot of people, former subscribers, former followers, might take it as a surprise of what the fuck, Jake's not trading, bro, like everybody else. But the reality is I'm here to take it over and to actually be a fucking G at this shit and fucking run it up and be the best I possibly can be. So we got a week ahead of ourselves starting from tomorrow. It is Sunday. Every time of this series, the way it's going to be structured is every single Sunday you can expect the video on the channel every single Sunday. Usually at the same time. I don't know, I don't want to set a set time, but it'll always be in the evening Dubai time. And that's going to be the time where I reflect what I learned in the week, what I could have done better, things that I found out, patterns that I saw, things that I'm doing in my strategies, things that I'm working on in my psychology, things that I learned, all these different things. It's just going to be a massive reflection that you can take away and you can apply for yourself. But without further ado, I'm going to wrap it up. Keep fucking crushing. Let's run this shit up. Motherfucker. Let's fucking do this shit.